What is going on, YouTube? This is the Codfather, so CobydogGaming here, and I'm bringing you some game battles up in his house. So, these are going to be the game battles highlights, not the full matches. At the end of this video, I want you to tell me whether you want to see the full matches. I could bring you one map at a time, and whether you want to see the full matches or just the highlights like this. So, first of all, just let me know what you want to see out of that. The full matches might get a little boring. That's my worry, just because there's going to be some camping. Actually, it's going to be primarily camping, just because we're playing defensively, and this is competitive gaming. We want to do well. So, yeah. First of all, I'm going to turn this into a little series of like tips and tricks for game battles. This one right here is going to be how to ideally start playing game battles. Okay. So first of all, of course, you need to have a console. Xbox, PS3, doesn't matter. Whatever console works for you. Second of all, you want to get a group of guys together to be able to make a team. Now, right now, I'm just talking about how to start it for fun. In a couple minutes, or a couple seconds more like, I'll talk about what you need to know to become a good competitive team. Okay? So, like I said, get a team together. Preferably, I started with just a group of friends from school that I knew that we all liked to game, and we were like, hey, let's do this for fun. We're all pretty good and decent. We got smacked. So now is when you need some true skill to be able to do well in game battles. After you find your good team, you want to go around the maps with your team and set up callouts. What callouts are is basically telling your opponent, or not your opponents, but your teammates where they are on the map. So for right now, this callout would be construction on Favela, where my teammate was at. Okay, so that's the end of the Favela game, which went by pretty fast. As you can see, the whole game is going to be about 6 minutes or so. So like I said, callouts, you're going to have ice cream, top green, and long haul and stuff like that. This allows you, once you see the opposing team in a certain position, to quote-unquote call it out to your teammates so that they have an idea of where the enemy team is going on the map. Usually, if you see two guys near the same position, they're going to that bomb that is closest to there if they're on offense. If not, if they're on defense, well then you just gotta assume that they're gonna be camping somewhere in that general vicinity. Okay, so on top of callouts, you need to have knowledge for the maps. Map knowledge is necessary to play game battles. You need to know nade spots, like where you can throw a grenade over the building and get a good kill. Like, for the rushes, you need to know where people are going to rush through. You need to be able to cut those spots off. On derail right here, it's pretty hard to find the rush spots just because there are so many. You can go through river, you can go through forest, well, either A forest or B forest. You can go through warehouse. You can go through so many different places. Now, next, stay out of the obvious spots. Stay out of the public match spots. By public match spots, I mean spots that people go to in public matches. Like the guy that I just killed, I was like, these... Now, I analyzed my team, or not my team, but the team we were facing, and they were not good. They were absolutely butt-fucking horrible. So I looked at that, and I was like, okay, they quite possibly have very little game battles experience, so they're going to be going to the public match spots. That is how I anticipated that previous kill that I had gotten, and I was like, okay, I'm going to check it and have my knife ready, have my thumb on the B, because I play on tactical layout, and my knife is B. And what do you know? My assumption came out to be true. So that is one thing that you definitely need to know. You also need, like I just said, you need map knowledge, and then also what I did as a part of that was you need to be able to analyze the team. A lot of teams, if they're bad, and by bad, I don't need to give you a definition of the word bad, they're bad. If they're bad, they're quite possibly going to be camping in the public match spots. They're either going to be camping or full-blown rushing, or going to the very obvious spots. If you're playing a more experienced team, like if you were playing my team, now experienced and good is there's a big difference. You can be experienced but be absolutely horrible. You can know where to go, but just because you have map knowledge does not mean that you have gun skill, okay? Now gun skill overall is what wins matches. The first few things that I've talked about combined win matches. I'm going to be talking about some more stuff, but to finish off this commentary, I'm going to be talking about gun skill. Now, you don't want to just be a master with one gun. You usually want to be a master with at least 2 guns. That is, like for me, I'd have to say my strong weapons are the ACR and then the UMP. Now, those are the typical guns that people are strong with, but you want to be absolute masters with them. You want to know how many shots it takes to kill. You want to know how far away your opponent is and how much recoil the gun is going to do. The ACR is a gun where you can just hold on the trigger and it is going to stay in a dime of a spot. It is not going to move. The UMP, however, you need to know how much recoil it's going to have and then how many bursts of how many bullets it's going to take to kill. So yeah guys, this is the end to this commentary. I'm going to do another one right now, but remember, let me know if you want to see the full matches or just the highlights like this. Thanks guys. Leave a like, comment, sub.